let's dive in. Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive into the film Monkey Man.
Yeah, we're going to unpack Dev Patel's directorial debut today.
Exactly. And we're using insights from a review article and also a podcast discussion that you shared with us.
So think of this as getting the essential lowdown.
Yeah.
The film's production story, which is just wild.
Right.
How it mixes genre with culture and those really striking visual and thematic contrasts.
Yeah, our mission isn't just, another movie review. We want to understand the layers here.
Yeah.
What makes this revenge thriller feel so compelling? And honestly, what makes it such an impressive first film for Patel directing?
Okay, let's jump in.
So first off, it's a revenge thriller, right?
At its heart, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the main character, the kid, played by Dev Patel.
Also directed and co-wrote. Can't forget that.
Crucial point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically seeking revenge. Bloody revenge.
For something that happened in his childhood.
Yeah, a really deep trauma. The sources mention his mother's murder, his village being destroyed. It's heavy stuff.
And it all plays out in this fictional city, Yatana.
Yatana, yeah. Which the sources are pretty quick to say feels a lot like Mumbai.
Okay.
And what really defines it, visually and thematically, are these huge contrasts, almost hyperbolic.
Oh, yeah. The descriptions really paint a picture. Like huge fighters versus tiny opponents.
Exactly. 7-foot guys against someone really scrawny.
And then like gleaming skyscrapers right next to corrugated iron slums.
Yes. Or Lamborghinis parked near kids sleeping rough on the road. It's that stark.
It's visual whiplash.
It is. And it extends beyond just the visuals. You get the fresh air of the remembered village versus this, like, sleazy neon city vibe.
And the kid's life reflects that contrast too, right? He works in this fancy club.
Right, an upscale club, maybe a brothel where all the VIPs hang out.
But he sleeps in a crowded room, barely making ends meet.
And moonlights as Monkey Man in these underground fight circuits.
Which is kind of his way in, isn't it? To get close to people responsible for his past.
Precisely. It connects his two worlds. He targets the powerful people who frequent that very club. It's pretty cleverly structured.
Now, the backstory of making the film is almost as dramatic as the film itself.
Oh, definitely. It's Patel's first time directing. Plus writing, plus starring. That's a massive load.
And the journey to actually get it released. The sources lay out this incredible saga.
It started way back, conceived around 2018. And interestingly, Neil Blomkamp was suggested to direct first.
The District 9 guy?
Yeah. He wasn't available, apparently.
Right.
But he's the one who told Patel, you should direct it.
Wow. That's a big push.
Huge. And then, of course, the pandemic.
Right. Shut everything down for years.
Yeah.
Delays, uncertainty.
So eventually it gets finished.
Yeah.
And Netflix buys it for $30 million.
Which sounds great, right?
Yeah.
Especially on a reported $10 million budget.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
But then, okay, here's the crazy part, according to the sources. Netflix looks at it and decides they're not going to release it.
What? Why?
The speculation is they were just going to use it as a tax write-off, bury a $30 million film.
That's unbelievable.
It is. But then Jordan Peele enters the picture.
Okay.
Through his Monkey Paw production.
Exactly. He saw it, loved it, and basically championed it. He persuaded Universal Pictures to buy it from Netflix.
And Universal got a deal, didn't they?
Get this. The sources say Universal paid less than the original $10 million budget.
No way. That's an insane turnaround.
Totally insane. So Universal releases it theatrically.
And it's a hit.
Yeah. Made over $20 million in its first week. Easily made its money back. Already profitable. From shelves right off to theatrical success.
It just shows you, doesn't it, the power of a good film finding its champion.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just distribution drama. Production was tough, too.
Had to move filming, right, to Indonesia?
Yeah, mid-pandemic.
Yeah.
And Patel himself got banged up pretty bad during filming. Lots of injuries, even conjunctivitis, apparently.
Oof. Makes the final result even more impressive, knowing all that.
Definitely.
So, okay, let's talk action. It's a revenge thriller, so you expect violence. And Patel leans into it for sure. The sources even mention a little John Wick joke in there.
Oh, okay.
But it's not just one kind of violence. That's what the sources emphasize.
Right. It explores different types.
Yeah. You've got the visceral, fist-to-face stuff, messy, unpolished. You hear the bones crack. But also implied sexual violence, violence against the poor and minorities, the violence of fringe politics.
And revenge violence itself driving the whole thing.
Exactly. It paints a broader picture of violence in this society.
Any specific fight scenes stand out in the reviews?
Well, the underground ring fights get mentioned a lot. That dingy yellow light, the swirling camera making you feel dizzy.
Right. Disorientating.
And then two sequences really get called out. One involves a group of trans fighters
Oh, yeah.
in these amazing, colorful Diwali robes. The description is beautiful. Swirl of their saris, glint of both sequins and blades. They just demolish these goons. Visually striking.
That sounds incredible. What was the other one?
A hand-to-hand fight. The kid versus the police chief, Rana. And the key thing here is the sound design. Or lack of it.
How so?
They apparently stripped out almost all sound. Just the swipe of shoes, the thud of a punch landing.
Oh, wow.
The sources call it impactful in its stripped-back approach. Like pure, raw revenge.
But the action still feels grounded. Because the kid isn't invincible.
Exactly. That's a key point. He's fallible. He takes a serious beating throughout the movie. Head cracked off a sink, face dipped in a toilet. It's rough.
He makes him relatable despite the violence he's capable of.
It makes the struggle feel earned. And then there's this other touch, using a really laid-back Boney M track during a big fight.
Boney M, seriously.
Yeah. Apparently that contrast works incredibly well. Unexpected, but effective. Shows some real confidence in filmmaking choices.
Definitely moving beyond just standard action tropes there.
Which leads nicely into the deeper themes, right? Those contrasts we talked about earlier aren't just visual.
No, they elevate it. It becomes about culture, class, religion.
Yeah, it feels like it's exploring trauma on a personal level, but also a national level. Injustice, corrupt politics.
The sources really hammer home themes like inequality, poverty.
You see it constantly. Kids on cardboard, these guys dripping in gold and sleazy clubs. Corruption is everywhere. Pockets lined, palms crossed.
And discrimination, too, particularly towards that transgender community you mentioned.
Yeah, they're portrayed as this small, peaceful group, but forced into the shadows, always under threat.
But they also help the kid.
They do. They offer him a safe haven, partly because the authorities are actually kind of scared of them, don't understand them.
That's a fascinating dynamic.
And the kid identifies with them, right?
Right.
With that feeling of being an outsider, of not belonging. It adds this whole cultural layer you wouldn't get in a standard action film.
So the violence isn't just punches and kicks.
No way. It's the violence of poverty, of exploitation. Sexual exploitation is there. Political violence, too.
Like with that guru character, Baba Shakti.
Exactly. He seems peaceful, but runs this dodgy cult, exploits people, encourages violence, all while making bank.
And the sources mention possible real-world parallels.
Yeah, suggesting he's seen as mirroring figures close to the current Indian PM, adds a definite political edge.
It's clearly a film with a lot on its mind.
And the way it looks helps tell that story. The visual style is key.
Those contrasts again, tight close-ups and fights.
Making you feel you're right there.
Versus that shaky, swirling camera in the room.
Totally disorientating. Then you cut to the flashbacks.
And they're beautiful, right? Lush, crisp.
Completely different feel. Sweeping shots of the village. A real visual break.
There was one specific scene mentioned, like a dream sequence.
Oh yeah, where a kid opens his chest. Visually, it's described as a whole other style. Maybe drawing from Bollywood, taking you out of the gritty reality for a moment.
It's symbolically heavy.
Hugely. It connects to images of the god Hanuman pulling open his chest to reveal gods inside. Here, it's like the kid revealing his trauma.
And Hanuman links to the Monkey Man mask too, doesn't he?
Directly. The mother tells the story of Hanuman reaching for the sun, thinking it's a mango. And Hanuman's often shown as a monkey god. It all ties together.
It's really thoughtful symbolism woven through.
And the colors. The sources rave about the color palette.
Neon cityscapes.
Sleazy neons, yeah. Then bright Diwali colors, fireworks, contrasted with the browns and grays of poverty.
And specific pops of color, like a red car.
Yeah, or the red and white used in the political rally scenes. It apparently borrows from the vibrancy of traditional Indian cinema, but uses it thematically.
Really elevates the whole thing visually.
For sure. They mention shots like the screen split neon lights above, grimy streets below. Very deliberate.
What about the supporting cast? Do they make an impact?
Definitely. Even with less screen time, they feel memorable. Police Chief Rana, the gorgeous villain, instantly dislikable.
Posturing corrupt.
Totally. And Queenie, his wife, who runs the brothel, described as awful, a total shit, but a powerful performance.
Takes no nonsense.
Everyone's scared of her. Then there's Baba Shakti, the guru we mentioned.
Exploitative, encouraging violence beneath the peaceful facade.
Right. And Alpha, the leader of the trans community.
Gets praised as a fantastic performance.
Yeah, nurturing, but also an absolute badass when needed.
It sounds like a strong ensemble.
It does. And one thing the sources appreciated: no forced romance.
Oh, between the kid and maybe a woman at the club.
Yeah. They called it good filmmaking for not going there,
Oh.
avoiding the obvious cliche.
Keeps the focus sharp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know who to root for, who to hate, but there's still complexity there.
So wrapping up the overall impression, it really lands as more than just action.
Overwhelmingly, yes. The cultural depth, the themes, the visual storytelling, it elevates it.
And those unique choices like the bony M track or the quiet fight scene.
Show real cinematic intelligence, confidence, especially for a first-time director on, let's face it, a relatively modest budget for this kind of film.
Do you need deep knowledge of Indian culture to get it?
The sources suggest not entirely. You might miss some nuances, sure, but key things, like the Hanuman story, are explained within the film itself. It doesn't leave you feeling stupid.
But maybe worth revisiting.
Yeah, the suggestion is if you watch it and then maybe read a little about Hanuman or Indian politics, you'd likely get even more out of a second viewing.
And the recommendation is definitely see it.
Strongly recommend, ideally in a cinema, apparently. The big screen and sound really help.
Any talk of a sequel.
There's speculation, given the success. But the main takeaway is excitement to see whatever Dev Patel directs next. He set a really high bar for himself.
Yeah, it sounds like Monkey Man really succeeds in blending that familiar genre structure with something much richer.
It really does. Rich cultural detail, social commentary, and just great talent on display, both sides of the camera.
And thinking about that journey, conceived, delayed, nearly buried, then saved, and becoming a success.
It says so much about the film industry, doesn't it? How unpredictable it is, and how vital champions like Jordan Peele can be.
Absolutely. And the themes themselves, inequality, marginalization,
Yeah.
they feel depressingly relevant everywhere, right?
They really do. And maybe this film offers a different lens, a specific cultural context, but speaks to those broader issues too.
Well, hopefully this deep dive has given everyone listening a much richer perspective on Monkey Man than just reading a plot summary.
We really encourage you to check out the film and maybe, yeah, explore some of those cultural elements we touched on. See what resonates with you